So first we had Texas, then Alabama, then Oklahoma, LSU, and finally Tennessee. The South Carolina Gamecocks have made it through the SEC Gauntlet and have come out on the other side unscathed. Yesterday, South Carolina took down Tennessee 70-63. This marks their 55th conference regular season win. Crazy. This is an SEC record of 55 straight dubs in conference play. And South Carolina, they're just dominant. They're just dominant. They are just the best when it comes to SEC. When we say the SEC, they have that slogan, it just means more. Well, it just means way more to South Carolina than just about everybody else. And the final score, in a lot of ways, can be a little deceiving, and it can make you think, oh, wow, this was a close game throughout. No, it wasn't. This was not a close game throughout. South Carolina, after the first quarter on, they really did hold Tennessee's feet to the fire. However, in the fourth quarter, it felt like South Carolina forgot to play. They forgot how to play. Turnovers, bad shots, and ultimately a little bit lackadaisical on defense, allowing Tennessee to come back. Like, this was not a game. At the start of the fourth quarter, it was 57 South Carolina, 39 Tennessee. And then we saw mistake after mistake, bad decision after bad decision, and all of a sudden, Tennessee, I kind of back in this game. But ultimately, they end up running out of time. They end up just making a huge run towards the end, but it just wasn't enough to actually get the dub. And South Carolina win again by 7 points. Now, this was Kim Caldwell's first game back after she gave birth last week, which is wild that she's just back that quick. Unfortunately, that did not help her team's prospects because they are on a slow downward spiral right now. This is their third straight game that they lost. They lost against Vandy first, then Texas, now South Carolina. And it doesn't get easier for Tennessee. Yes, they do have a game against Mizzou on Sunday that they should win, but then they play UConn and then LSU. And then a game after that, they play Ole Miss and Alabama. So, this is going to be tough sledding to end the season for Tennessee. They had such a great start to start the season, and then now they're on their downward spiral because they're hitting the reality of the SEC. And if your threes are not falling, you're going to struggle. And yesterday, Tennessee's threes were not falling. This is a team that shoots a lot of threes. They are at the top of women's college basketball when it comes to 3-point attempts. But they couldn't hit anything yesterday. That's why they end up losing. Like, if they would have been able to actually hit some 3-point shots, they actually would have had a chance. Jewel Spear just couldn't knock nothing down, right? She couldn't. Talasia Cooper couldn't knock anything down. These are two very, very good 3-point shooters for Tennessee. And Talasia Cooper, 1 for 7. Jewel Spear, 1 for 5. Ultimately, Tennessee finishes shooting 11.5% from 3. It's kind of embarrassing. It's kind of embarrassing considering the fact that, South Carolina is not even that great of a 3-point shooting team. They're not. Yes, they got Tahina Powell, but in general, they're not that great of a three-point shooting team. And yet, South Carolina made more threes than Tennessee yesterday. I think that says a lot. I think that says a whole lot. Specifically for the game yesterday, we saw Joyce Edwards continue to do her thing. Guys, I think we may have reached a point where the best player on South Carolina is a freshman. And her name is Joyce Edwards. Joyce just continues to come off the bench and just give huge minutes. Ultimately, she played 29 minutes in yesterday's game. Dropped a game high of 18 points in this one. And it's just like whatever she wants to do, she could do. She grabs the ball, high 2-point shot. She doesn't decide to take it. She takes it, backs her man down, gets an easy score. She is someone who just give the ball to Joyce Edwards and just watch her work. And this is something that, in my opinion, is a little shocking. I knew just Joyce Edwards was really good. I did. 100%. Did I know that she was going to be this good as a freshman on South Carolina? No, I didn't. And y'all can say whatever y'all want for, me not thinking that, but I didn't. And Joyce Edwards has been a rising star in the SEC and also just in the country. She is putting up big time numbers, and not just that. It's the way she's doing it. It's the way that she's playing on offense and defense that is just absolutely huge. Because guys, 18 points a game or 18 points in yesterday's game, like those types of numbers, in my opinion, won't get you freshman of the year, right? It won't. National freshman of the year. That's likely going to go to Sarah Strong because she's just putting up even more numbers for UConn. But definitely SEC freshman of the year. Definitely somebody who really needs to be talked about when it comes to even the best players in the SEC. Joyce Edwards is special, and I want to make sure that people recognize that. She dominated in that first half, 11 points. Ultimately, again, finished with 18. She is someone who has been in double figures 15 times so far this year. There have been 21 games for South Carolina. 15 times Joyce Edwards has been in double figures. And it wasn't just her yesterday. Mylasia Fulwiley, she always gotta do something fun. And yesterday she was hitting those threes, man. I was like, go ahead, Mylasia. You better hit those 3-point shots. Let them know that you just not a player who would just get to the basket and score, but you can also step back and hit those threes as well. We saw Raven Johnson get 10 points in this one. And, 10 points is not a lot, but this is the highest amount of points that she's had in SEC play this year for Raven Johnson. 5 rebounds for her, 1 assist, 1 steal, and, of course, in general, good defense by Raven Johnson. Tina Powell added 10 points as well, going 4 of 8 from the field. And Sanaya Fagan did not do a bunch on the offensive end. She only scored 2 points. But once again, Sanaya Fagan should be getting those blocks. If you trying to get a shot off and Sanaya Fagan is right there, she's probably gonna block your shot. So you just may want to beware about that. We did see some minutes for the Mighty Mouse of Maddie McDaniel. She had a good first half of the game. Ultimately finished the game with 6 points. And yeah, South Carolina just continues to cruise to victory. They are 20-1 on the season. Their one loss is to the number 1 team in the country, UCLA, who is still on a roll. Lauren Betts just had a massive game this past weekend. More videos on UCLA to come. But yeah, I just wanted to make this quick video about South Carolina and Tennessee. This is a SEC big time matchup, right? The legacy of Tennessee versus the newer legacy of South Carolina. And once again, Dom Staley does it again. It's just easy peasy lemon squeezy, it seems. But anyway, what y'all think about the game? Let me know in the chat. Once again, shout out to the head coach for Tennessee, Kim Caldwell, for getting back, because that's wild. It is absolutely wild that she literally just had a baby and now she's back. Wild. But anyway, I got a video about that because there's a lot of babies that have been had in this season of women's college basketball. But anyway, we're gonna talk about that another day. Anyway, thank y'all for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one. Till next time, guys. Bye bye.